Kalispera, good evening. Another episode of The Count Cooks. Ο Κόμις μαγειρεύει με τα μουσικής. Season 2, I think episode 33 or 34, I can't remember. This is a vintage wine and it's my last bottle. So, pay attention. It's called Persephone's Vintage Necrosia Wine of the Underworld. So, let's try it. Blood red wine. I will read you the label later. Again. Raise a toast to your Gothic host. Without delay, today I'm gonna make a fantastic dish. Vegetarian, because lots of friends asked for it. But I want to start by playing the first song of today's αφιέρωμα, let's say, to the 80s. And the first one is called Is Vic There? It's by a band called Department S. Took their name from a TV series, a British TV series of I think late 70s or early 70s. Supposed to be something like today's MI5 or some MI6 or something, secret department. But this is a great song. It's called Is Vic There? It's 1981, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've redone the song the April just gone. I'm not sure if I can remember correctly. Maybe it's May or later on in June. But this is the original song, yeah? So, it's a great song. Does anybody know where Vic is?
Is Vic there? Is Vic there?
It's called, it's supposed to be from the post-punk era. And I used to have, long time ago, this song. In a single. I hope you enjoyed that. It brings back a lot of memories. So you know, it used to be a great favorite of mine, and I still listen to it with great pleasure. And it shows you how many bands existed around 80s and so forth, and they didn't even made any charts or any big successes, apart from the people that they were liked by the people who were you know, into finding out new bands and so forth. So it's a good chance to teach some younger people, sorry, than us, the older ones, what was happening around that era. It's really good to know. Obviously, nowadays you have so many ways of finding out, but we didn't at the time, you know. We had to go around and listen to the records in the record shops and ask them to play it for us and see if we liked it, or you know, go and see the bands live. Some television programs like Old Grey Whistle Test or John Peel in the BBC radio were very they gave great information about all this stuff. So let's stop about music for the moment and tell you the dish I'm going to cook today, which is called Kung Pao style cauliflower and black kidney beans. Red kidney beans rather, not black. Cheers. Λοιπόν, είναι ένα vegetarian dish. It's a vegetarian dish. It's really nice and light, and it has about 18 grams of fiber and 20 grams of protein. So the quantities for about you know, 2 to 3 people, depending how much you eat, what kind of portions you eat. And now I'm going to, the cauliflower, I've boiled it a little bit so it wouldn't take so long today. Yeah, so we just boil it a little bit, and because if it was raw it would take a lot longer to cook. And I don't have editing in these videos. I don't have any sponsors. It's purely out of pleasure and my love for cooking and music and styling and golf decorations and whatever. So, you know, I'm not making any money out of it. If somebody likes what I cook, they can try it. You know, I'm not a chef, just a cook that I've gathered my experiences by eating in restaurants all around the world. Not all around, in certain countries, mostly in England rather. So, you know, just 1 minute quick saute, right? A little bit of black pepper, which I forgot to keep out, but it's not going to be a lot because we have a mixture of black pepper with corn flour, which I'm going to put on in a minute. And that is a very quick stir fry, or saute as I call it. Yeah. And where is it? I think it's here. Right, this is cauliflower, sorry. This is corn flour with a little bit of black pepper in. It's a Chinese dish, by the way, and you know, it's if you can cook it as a starter, of course, with about 1/3 of the quantities, even less. Or you can cook it as a main dish. I'm cooking it as a main dish. I like to keep my kitchen clean as possible. You see, if you don't cut the cauliflower in equal sizes, look what happens. Some of them, which is smaller than others, will break. It shouldn't happen, but unfortunately it's not trigonometry, you know, to make them all same shapes and sizes. So here we got garlic and ginger chopped finely. I need a little spoon. Now the aromas, as I was saying in so many other videos, are incredible. Especially now I've added the garlic and the ginger. Be careful with the ginger because you have to do it on the thrifty, you know. You have to grate it on the grater thrifty. I don't know what I was thinking about. It needs a little bit of oil. And if you just cut it in small pieces, it might get a bit bitter. If you grate it, αν το κάνετε στο τρίφτη, είναι πολύ καλύτερο και ανεδεικνύει τα αρώματά του και λίγο, οπότε προσέξτε πόσο θα βάλετε. Είναι λίγο καυτερό. It is a little bit hot, so you have to be careful with the quantities. Now we have a little bit of red chili, a little bit of salt, and some sweet paprika, just to balance it out a bit because chili might make it a little hotter. Then we have the spring onions. In Chinese cooking, they use a lot of fresh onions. Τα λεγόμενα κρεμμυδάκια, τα φρέσκα κρεμμυδάκια, the spring onions or scallops. They call it different things in English. Whereas in Indian cooking, they use τα ξερά κρεμμύδια, the proper onion, the other onions. So that's a difference to keep in mind when you're cooking. It does complement the food, the spring onions, as the other onions complement the Indian food, so probably that's why it's more traditional. In the meantime, let's play the next song, and I will explain to you what I'm doing next. The next song is by Incubus Succubus. No, sorry, Ex Mal Deutschland. The song is called Incubus Succubus. Great song as well. Different style to the other one. Same era, 1981. I think maybe that's where the band Incubus took their name from. The soya sauce με τομάτι, just by looking at it. There's more ingredients to come into this, you know, it's not just cauliflower. spoonfuls of honey. That's gonna be a drag to do it. It's difficult. It's got on the tip of my ring. It's funny. Get rid of this for a moment. Honey gives it a little bit of warmth and sweetness. And the last bit, well actually not the last bit, apple vinegar. You can use normal vinegar if you want, but I like apple vinegar, it's much nicer. Kidney beans, slightly boiled also as well. Well, it's almost ready, almost. The rest of the cornflour. Give me some water here. A little bit, cornflour and water, that's all. Great song, great band, X-Mal Deutschland, for people who want to know who they were, who they are, so you know, look them up if you like. And there's another song to go right at the end. I was trying to make them to do the music separate from the cooking. For example, not talk while the music was playing, so if any of these songs are you know, have to be silenced, they wouldn't silence the cooking as well. But you know, it's impossible to time it to perfection, you know. It's one take, and it's, there's no editing, so come what may, as they say. This would make our sauce a little bit thicker, which is what we're trying to do, το ζητούμενο. Ελπίζω να αρέσει αυτό το πιάτο στα παιδιά που είναι vegetarians. Αυτό υποτίθεται το κάνεις, you know, το αφήνεις λίγο να δέσει, βάζεις το καπάκι και περιμένεις Okay, while you're waiting, we play the third song, which is the Gun Club, Sex Beat, 1981 as well. All these are considered post-punk. You know who used to play with Gun Club, yeah? Patricia Morrison. The aromas are incredible. If you vegetarian don't like this, what the bloody hell do you like? I'm sure you like it, but still. Great song as well, brings back so many memories from yesteryear. You know the song by Killing Joke, 80s? Well, I think I'm living in the 80s, which is not so good, but it's not so bad either. It's a classic saying, like Jethro Tull used to say, too old for rock and roll, too young to die. Something like that. Well, as you can see, our dish is ready. All it needs is to sprinkle some parsley. I chose parsley instead of coriander, or you can put coriander if you like, and it doesn't have to be a lot, you know. It gives a nice nice tang to it, you know, and taste. So I think I'm gonna turn a little bit on the left, so I can give me a second, because it's not so see, if you have a night out the night before, it's not so easy to concentrate. It wasn't such a bad night, but still. Well, there you go. You see the dish? It's really, really, really nice. Really wonderful. And you can, if you want, you can accompany it with rice, with rice noodles. But on its own, it's also really, really good. So let me turn this around a little bit. So it was okay last night. I enjoyed it. A bit boring as far as sense is concerned, with, you know, same people, same faces, same music mostly, except for a few more sisters than usual. But it was okay. It beats staying at home and, you know, κλαις τη μοίρα σου που λένε. So, another episode of the video series Ο Κόμις μαγειρεύει με τα μουσικής. Your host raises a toast to all his friends and to all his the people who watch his videos, and I'm saying it again, likes, when you make thumbs up, it doesn't say who did it. It's like YouTube doesn't have like a Facebook, so I don't know, even if it's 100 likes but it's 50 views and 5 comments, it doesn't balance out. Write a comment, it's not so hard, it only takes a minute. So I hope you enjoyed today's cooking, and I will write the ingredients and the costing later on, before I get it up in my channel in YouTube. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week. I don't know if I'm gonna do a vegetarian again next week. It depends what comes to mind. Yes. So stay healthy, stay safe, stay goth or dark, whatever. And I hope I see some of you come and say hello in the shop. Yeah, I forgot to tell you about the wine. It's called Persephone's Vintage Necrosia, the sanguine nectar of the underworld. So I got it half right. It's, I don't know, because of the camera, it's like anapoda, but you can still read it, or, you know, it's really good. It's my last bottle, so next week I'm gonna get back to the canata, you know, the wine container, wine, I can't remember the name of canata in English. So, see you soon. Thanks for watching, and see you next Sunday, hopefully. Bye for now.